know what Maryland weather reminds me of? Lukewarm believers. People that believe in the existence of Jesus, but their belief is not deep enough to manifest fruits. Like Jesus said in Matthew 7, verse 21 to 23, you shall know them by their fruits. Meaning that when someone is telling you the message of the gospel, or trying to explain to you maybe their life, or they're trying to act like a Christian, you will actually know if they are by their fruits. And he was speaking basically of the fruits of the Spirit. If you read Galatians 5, you understand that, and the manifestations of the Spirit of God. When you see something and this can only be God, because this is the character of God, that's the fruits of the manifestation of the Spirit of God. And a lot of people are dwelling in iniquity. They have become professionals in iniquity, meaning that it's not an accident anymore. They are doing it purposefully, daily, continually. That kind of person will be the kind of person Jesus will look at and say, depart from me, I never knew you. Because if you read Matthew chapter 7, verse 21 to 23, it literally says many people will prophesy, heal the sick, do crazy things, miracles, all kinds of manifestations that you would think a Christian should only be the only one to be able to do. But Jesus will tell them, I never knew you, because you were a worker of iniquity. The thing that is actually shocking is that he said, I never knew you. So that means that even the belief that they had originally was not deep enough. They were very shallow. They only believed in Jesus based on their own benefit. They believed on their own standards, based on how they wanted him to be, not as him being Lord. They believed as him being Savior, maybe Messiah, maybe, but not Lord, not Master. You have to get to the point where Jesus is your Master. Because when he's your Master, you cannot purposefully sin. You will not be a professional sinner. We can all sin, but not all of us are sinners. And this is one thing I've been saying for a while. I want us to love the Lord with all our hearts. And not just that, I want us to hate sin. Because that's when you're actually going to overcome the desire to sin. If you don't hate sin, the desire to sin will still lurk around in your heart. But once you start to hate sin, you will notice it's less and less potent. The potency is less. Even if a negative thought comes in your mind, the feeling of the thought is very weak in your mind. So weak that you don't even want to respond to it anymore. You don't even pray against it. You just let it be, because you know that the potency is weak. And ultimately that thing in your mind is not your identity. It's the dead person in you, or the dead man, like the flesh, the entity of the spirit, which is called the flesh. The negative spirit that is called the flesh in you, that is trying to bring itself back up. But you know that it's just trying to see if you will allow it to find expression. So you have to just keep pushing and keep trusting and keep loving and keep hating sin. Loving Jesus, not sin, but loving Jesus and hating sin. So I hope this blesses you. Have a wonderful day.